Yay! We got that miserable lady out of here, but we'll get to it in a minute. But if you're new here, subscribe. Do it right now. Thumbs up the video. Do that too. Do that too. Drop y'all's comments. Share the video. This one was probably... I won't say it was bad, but this one wasn't as eventful of an HOH compared to what we've had. Not HOH, eviction. As of what we've gotten accustomed to the last couple of weeks. But I got what I wanted out of it. At least one of the options that I wanted out of it. But we're going to get into it. Let's go. All right, so we get back from the veto, and Keanu, he's frustrated because Vince had the opportunity to get Rachel out, and he ain't put her on the block. And he's mad, and he's like, this is the third time he's burned me. I'm not okay with this shit. So Katherine, she's like, I'm going to win this blockbuster. I'm going to get HOH, and then I'm going to put him on the block. And if she's sitting there trying to be funny at her confessionals, it don't hit. It don't hit. But Ava, she feels safe, essentially, knowing that regardless, whoever she's up against, come the end of the blockbuster, if she doesn't win, she feels good because she is up against two girls that really are not good with the majority of the house. Like, that other side of the house, Ava is probably the coolest one to sit up there against those two and still be good. So she knows that, but obviously she knows at the end of the day you can't be 100% comfortable. But Kelley, obviously she's pissed. She's like, I mean, he ain't taking another shot when he had a shot to get Rachel. This is the 5th time that he's burnt this bridge that we've been trying to rebuild. And I want to win right now at this one. She's like, I want to win HOH so I can take a shot at Rachel because nobody else is going to do it. I hope you don't win. But Rachel and Vince, they're in the HOH room, and obviously she's excited because she knew she dodged a bullet. She thanks him. She's like, thank you. I'm all in with you. But she tells us, like, I feel good. I dodged a bullet, but he still considered putting me up. Like, I'm not going to forget that. Rachel's not dumb, and she obviously knows she got to keep looking at him. Like, I got to keep watching him. I'm going to keep playing it up like I'm right here with you. But I wouldn't doubt if Rachel gets power that she wouldn't swing. But Morgan joins them up there, and Rachel's pretty much saying, like, you got 4 people with you. Like, stay with us, and we're going to roll this thing out. And then he then tells us that he wanted to put Rachel up, even though if she didn't win the blockbuster, he feels like she would have wrangled enough votes to keep herself in the house, which I can see that to be true. But he plans to do damage control with the other side of the house, which I'm like, at this point, you've done enough damage. You might as well stick with where you at because they don't trust you. Why would they trust you? You continue to do what they ask you not to do. So why would they trust you? Like, be for real. And that's the thing about that side of the house. Keanu's repeatedly gone back and trusted him because he has no choice, honestly. Kelley, she ain't really got nobody. So at this point, I mean, she really ain't got nothing to lose at this point. But she's a bitter ass person. So she would definitely take a shot at Vince if she needs to. Katherine is miserable as fuck, so we already know she would. Lauren she's a doormat. So, I mean, at that point, you really don't have anything to really repair. But Ashley, she's in there talking to Katherine and Lauren, and she's asking Katherine if she's okay. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? And Ashley goes in there and tells her, just so you know, I mean, if it's you against Kelley, you got my vote. Not realizing that Kelley is sitting over there in the bed. And then Katherine goes, like, she over there. And Ashley's like, ooh, it runs out. Ashley cracks me up. But I hate that she going over there talking to Katherine because we know Katherine don't like her. And it's all over her face. Like, she basically told her that she was going to vote for her to not go home. And Katherine just didn't even react. I'm like, see, she would have went home just because I can't stand Katherine. But Keanu, he ends up coming in after Ashley left. And he's like, is it just the 4 of us in here talking about him? What's her face? Kelley, Katherine, and Lauren. And obviously it's just the 4 of them in there. And he's pretty much talking about, like, Vince betrayed us 5 times now at this point. And Katherine's like, I mean, I'm good. I feel like I'm good against Kelley, but if I'm up against Ava, I don't know if I have the votes. But Keanu pretty much states that Vince is getting rid of the people that would actually fight for him, which he is, honestly. Like, when you sit and think about it, Vince really wants to work with that opposing side of the house, which I do feel like had he not made these moves that he's done and reneged and gone back on his word, he probably would have had them for real, and they probably would have had his back, as opposed to Ashley, Vince, Morgan, Rachel, Mickey. He's a number. He is. I love that he's a number for them at this moment in time, but, like, in that game, they're not really going to prioritize him. Morgan would, but the rest of them, no. But Ashley, Vince, Morgan, and Rachel, they're upstairs now, and Ashley's pretty much telling them what just happened. Like, I just went in there and told Katherine that I was going to vote for her to stay over Kelley when Kelley's sitting over there, and they all started laughing. And Ashley's like, I hope that Kelley is going home because I know that Kelley would put somebody up from my side, and me being one of those people. But she thinks that Katherine will take a shot at Vince. And that's okay by her because essentially, like, she doing my dirty work for me. You're right. Ashley got a good read on this game. I'm telling you, in her DR, she's really hitting on those points. And I just want to see. I was going to say I want to see her with an HOH, but then again, I don't. Because Ashley's playing. Right now, Ashley don't need a HOH. Like, she's right in the middle right now as she should. But Vince pretty much talks about how Kelley's not even looking at him. Like, he would never get Kelley's vote in the jury because she's a better person. And Kelley definitely will be a better juror. If they don't, I'm trying to jump the gun, but we gonna get to it. But Rachel and Ashley, they're happy to vote her off. Like, I would be too. But Keanu and Rachel, they're in the kitchen. These two, like I told you, their rivalry is top 10 in Big Brother history for me now. They're bickering. So she's in there washing dishes, and he's like, "Are you all right?" And she was like, "I'm not talking to you." And he was like, "Why?" And she was like, "Why would I talk to you?" And he's like, "I mean, you're not on the block." Basically, like, I didn't put you on the block. I didn't get you put on the block. Like, you're not on the block. She looking at him like, "Do I need to talk to you every time? Like, do I need to talk to you all day, every day?" And he's like, "I don't know why you acting like this." She said, "Just make your eggs and leave me alone." And then she starts talking about how he never cleans. You never clean. Somebody got to do it. We all know Rachel is irritated with him because it's like, don't come up to me talking to me when you've been trying to get me on the block. You've been slick trying to get him to take a shot at me and then sitting up in my face like we don't have a final two and you sitting here trying to get me on the block. Rachel got every right to be mad. But she then tells us that she's done with him because he tried to get her on the block, even though they are final two. But it was funny because she walked away and came back with Mickey, and they're walking by, and she's sitting over there looking at him like this. And he's like, "Can I help you?" They crack me up. But he goes up into the gym with Vince, and he's like, "You done burnt me 3 times now." And Vince is like, "It's not intentional. Shut up." Keanu says, "Stop fucking lying," which it like for real. And Vince is like, "I'm not, you are." Well, it's not even intentional. I don't think it is intentional. He's just a punk. Like, he ain't got no backbone for real. But just like Mickey said last night, that's why it took him 10 years to get on the show. Like, you finally got on the show and you are exhibiting the fact that you don't have a backbone. And that's probably why they didn't cast him. Because they could sense that you don't stand on business. But Keanu says, like, you let them finesse you so many times. Like, Katherine would not have put your ass up on the block. And he said, like, you not doing what you said you was going to do. And none of us are winning against Rachel, so stop being scared. He's not lying. But Vince keeps playing the victim shit again. Sitting there, "Oh my gosh, I just don't know. This is what happens in my normal life." Just shut up, Vince. Shut up. But Keanu's sitting there, like, passionately screaming at him, trying to, like, talk him up. And Vince tells us that he wants to go far with him, but it's not easy because Keanu is such an easy target. But Rachel comes in busting the shit up, talking about something, "The food's ready." And obviously she's coming in there because she don't want Keanu getting in his head. Like, Rachel's keeping tabs on where Keanu and Vince are. And if they're gone and out of her peripheral, she going looking as she should. But we get a scene of Rachel, Morgan, Ashley, and Mickey outside. And they're pretty much deliberating between the two of who to vote off. Obviously, they're not thinking about voting out. Ava is between Kelley and Katherine. So they're talking about, like, Kelley got to go. Like, she don't know how to play this game. Like, she plays horribly. Rachel, that's how she flexes her legendary status and knowing how to play the game. She's thinking the way I would. Like I told y'all before, I think I said it a couple episodes ago or earlier in the season. Rachel says that's all the reason to keep her. She sucks at this game. She's easy to beat. Like, she doesn't know how to play this game. So you would want to keep her in the game. Those are the type of players that you want to keep in the game. The ones that are so sloppy, don't really know how to play the game. You're going to beat them in the end. You want to get rid of the ones that actually have good games. And she's like, let me start playing devil's advocate. She tells them that Kelley has nobody. Basically, Katherine, she can lock up with Keanu and Lauren, and they can win competitions as we've seen. That's dangerous. Like, we don't need them to be stuck together because we're going to lose every competition. So Ashley is like, I mean, yeah, Catherine's got a good social game. Kelley's social game is non-existent because don't nobody like her, and she makes it easy for us not to like her. But Rachel's like, I mean, they're ignoring her too. So it's like, why would we get rid of Kelley, who has nobody here? That's somebody that you could easily try and pull in as a number, even though you know you're not going to get it because Kelley is so... But she ain't got nobody. Like, she don't really have no army to go against, whereas Katherine actually has some. But Mickey and Morgan, they sitting there listening to it. They like, okay. But Lauren, she ends up asking Ashley in the bedroom, and Ava's up there. They're in that bedroom where they got the bunk bed type shit, and Avery's on the top. Ashley's on the bottom bunk, and Lauren, I don't know how Lauren didn't see it, but Lauren's like, I got 3 people on the block that I love talking about Ava, Kelley, and Katherine, but she's hoping that she can keep Katherine. So she's pretty much picking Ashley's brain, trying to see where she would go to make sure that she's on the right side of the vote, essentially. But she then tells Ashley, like, I don't really see myself voting Katherine off. And Ava's like, no, I was going to say, and Ava's close too, but Ava's literally right there. But she's sitting there saying, like, I'm close to Ava too. And Ashley's like, Ava's well liked in this game. Like, if she makes it to the end, that might be good. That might not be good for me. So they ended up walking out. Ava was up there asleep. I was like, is she really asleep? And then when they walked out, she woke up, which means she was not asleep. So she lets us know that she heard every bit of that conversation. And this is the first time that she actually overheard a conversation, like in full, that was about her. So Lauren was in another room and realizes, oh shit, we was in that room. Ava likes to sleep and take naps. What if she was up there in that room sleep? So she goes tiptoeing in there and seeing. And Ava was smart because Ava was up, but Ava went back down. As soon as she heard that door open, she got back down and started acting like she was asleep. So Lauren goes over there tiptoeing, and she looking up like, is she up there? Ava is fake sleep. Smart. She played that smart. She played it really smart because she clocked it. But Lauren, she goes up to Vince and pretty much tells him like, oh shit, I fucked up because she was in there asleep the whole time when I was in there talking about her. But Vince basically is trying to use this as an opportunity to kind of like build trust back with Lauren because he done pretty much did everything that she didn't want him to do. And he's basically like if it comes down to a vote where he can actually save Lauren, he will do it. So if it comes down to a tie and he needs to break it to save Ava to make sure that Ava's good, or to save Lauren to make sure that Lauren looks good in the end, he'll do it. But Katherine and Rachel, they're in the bathroom. Katherine's trying to do a little Hail Mary, and she knows she don't like Rachel. Rachel knows she don't like her, but Katherine's trying to find a way to pitch a vote for her. But her way of trying to get Rachel on her side is basically stating that she hates that Riley's gone, and as much as she loves him, she doesn't want to be viewed as a tag along, which you are, because you ain't done nothing in this game but sit around and be miserable. And she was like, I felt like I haven't really had a chance. And whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? You didn't play the game. You sat there up under Riley and in Riley's face all day long. And she's like, I don't know what to do. So Rachel gets up and hugs her. And Rachel's like, I mean, Kelley and Katherine both would put me on the block if they have the opportunity to. I feel like I could actually work more with Katherine than I would Kelley. But I don't know what I'm going to do. But we get to the blockbuster. And this one, I like this blockbuster. I like this type of competition. Like the whole like trying to figure this shit out. So they got this big ass board. They got this bar, which they're calling a pearl. Basically, the objective is you got a starting position at the top. You got these 5 little pegs that you get to put in certain places, and you want to essentially get it to where that ball can go hit to get down. So the first person to do it wins, and guess who the fuck won? Kelley. That's why they should have sent her ass home when she didn't win that blockbuster. Y'all remember when it was Jimmy when they sent Jimmy home? She lost that blockbuster. They should have sent her ass home because every blockbuster she's gonna. Besides that one, every other blockbuster she's won. Why would you? And I wanted her gone. I didn't know who I wanted to go more between her and Katherine, but I really wanted her gone. But since she ain't gone, Katherine was the next best option. We get to the live vote. Mickey, who looked stunning, villain, looking like Medusa, villain. Mickey voted Katherine out. Keanu did as well. Lauren voted Ava out. Kelley voted Katherine out. Will did. Rachel did. Ashley did. Morgan did. Katherine, bye. You wanted to go to Riley so bad. You get to. We wanted to help you out. You need to go get a restraining order, but it seems like you love that. So I love that for you. Katherine's gone. Her boring, miserable self and her fake feminism. She's going back to South Carolina, or she's going to Riley. Regardless, I don't got to watch her no more. So shout out to that. But next week, we finally know. If you make it through next week's eviction, you are a part of the jury. We are finally getting to that part of the game. But if y'all got this far, do it if you haven't already. Drop them comments, share the video, subscribe if you're new, and you know the drill. I'll see y'all on Sunday. Peace.